Hi, it's Sharon from Ponderosa Garden Adventures. I'm outside in Tuscany today, and I just wanted to take you along for a small project. I will be potting up these planters here today with some of our dollar clearance from Lowe's plants. I have some pansies and some violas, and we're just going to give these pots a little early spring color for my gazebo here in Tuscany. So let's get that done today. Going to kind of refresh the potting soil. So I've dumped all the potting soil out from all 4 of those pots, and I'm just going to break it up. It's been dry. There's been nothing in it in those pots for probably the last 4 or 5 months. And so I'm just going to break it all up, make sure it's nice and loose. And then I'm going to add just some basic starter fertilizer and some worm compost, so worm castings basically. So there we go, there's our potting soil all nice and broken up. So just add in some starter fertilizer, and then here are our worm castings. Let me show you here. So they're just really dark, and those will give good nutrients. So we're going to put some of those in there as well, so you can see that. There we go. And then I'm just going to mix it up. And then we're going to get the soil back in here, get those flowers potted, water them up, and then I'll come back later and I will add water lines to these pots, which was part of the problem last year. So just give this a really good mix here. Alright, that ought to give them what they need. And then typically during the spring I will feed my annuals usually about every other week. I know some folks do it every week, but I do it about every other week, and I find that works just fine. Fill up these pots, and then we'll get those flowers in. There we go. All right, we got it. So I'm just gonna loosen up these roots a little bit. And down in there, and then back a bit. This guy's a little floppy. I need to give it a drink. There we go. And then I'll come back and top dress these as well, so that will help keep the moisture in there. Let me go ahead and give this one a little drink since he's a little droopy. There we go. All right, first one done. Let's keep moving here, get an assembly line going. Alright, and these are a little taller, so I'm getting a little less in here to start. We've got some little root bound. Oh, this one came out much better. Oh, look at those roots. Yeah, these will do great. Alright, we'll get this down in here. I usually do moisten the soil a little bit, but get it done quick this morning. There we go. We'll give this little guy a drink too. I'm sitting and working on a table that has basket weave and open holes. So I'm trying to make sure it's not going to come and water my leg here. There we go. On to the next. This one's a little bit smaller. There we go. I may need to get some potting soil in here. I don't think these were filled up quite as much as we need for with these here. All right, give this little guy a drink. There we go. All right, and I will have to go get some potting soil, so take a pause. Okay, we're back. I got some more potting soil, so we'll have enough to finish this last pansy here. So I'm going to go ahead and get this one out of the pot. There we go. You can see it's a little root bound, but the roots are good. I'm going to go ahead and put that in here. And again, remember, we've already mixed in the starter and some worm castings in here to help feed these pansies. So, and violas. We got pansies and violas. Little purple, white, and yellow theme going on here. Let me turn this pot here. Make sure the air pockets are out. Clean my area here a little bit. There we go. We'll hang on to these pots. Let me give this one a drink, and then we'll put them in place, and I'll show you where they're at. All right. This one done. Okay. There we go. This one, and this one over here. So we're going to go ahead and get these placed in the corners of the gazebo. All right, let me show you here. Got them in place. There's one in that corner and that corner. This corner's kind of shaded here. Final one is over here in this corner. All right, well, that's it out here in Tuscany today. We got our 4 pots planted up with some nice spring color. It cheers me up when I'm out here, and it just makes me want to keep planting more. So I hope you enjoyed that today. Take care. See you next time. Bye, guys.